Welcome to the Marketing Hygiene Podcast, where we believe in cleaning up our marketing strategies as diligently as we cleanse our souls. I'm your host, Amanda Tento, guiding you through the world of marketing with a touch of divine inspiration. Each week, we dive deep to dust off the overlooked corners of your marketing practices and shine a light on the must-haves and the must-dos. From the clarity of your brand's voice to the purity of your data practices, we're here to help you align your business strategies with the highest standards, those set by faith and by the market. So grab your notepads and let's cleanse our way to success. Whether you're tuning in from your office, your home, or on the go, prepare to be enlightened. Because here, we don't just preach marketing excellence, we practice it daily. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to the Marketing Hygiene Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Tento, and after a very long hiatus from the podcast, I am back. So very excited to be back and sharing some really interesting information with you. Today, we're going to talk about 2025 Google Business Profile changes that could cost you customers. So there's lots of stuff going on with Google Business Profile in 2025. Lots of things have changed, lots of new features. So if your Google Business Profile hasn't been updated this year, you're already behind. You know that I need you to update your profile monthly at least. Make sure your hours are updated, all of those things. But today I'm going to be breaking down the changes that really matter that happened and how you're going to be able to fix them quickly. So what changed in 2025? The category relevance became more heavily weighted. So you want to make sure that you review the categories that you have on your profile and make sure that you have the absolute best top category. You also want to have 2 other categories on there. So a total of 3 categories, and that will help you to rank for the terms that you want to be ranking for. Missing or incomplete service lists are also really important because those are going to lower your view on AI visibility. If you've Googled anything lately, you're going to see that Google is now giving AI results. So if you are not having those services and products complete on your listing, you are not going to be ranking. So these are things that are really going to affect it. Using videos and photos as trust signals. So these are going to actually enable you to gain more trust from Google. The more photos and videos you upload or your clients upload as reviews or anything like that is going to help you in your ranking. Review quality matters way more than review count. So if you can get people to leave you good quality reviews, even if it's just 1 or 2 every once in a while, that's going to be better for you than a ton of reviews in the long run. Those reviews are keyword rich. So we want them to leave lots of information about your business, where you are, who they talk to, all of those things in that review. And then you also want to respond to that review. Okay. I've said this many times before, but you need to be responding to every single review that is given on your listing. You can also respond with keywords, and that's going to help you to give Google more signals back of what products, what services, those kind of things that people are using. Suspensions have gone way up. They've skyrocketed in 2025, and they're coming down really hard on spam listings. And it's important to note that if you have an inconsistent name, address, and phone number, if your NAP is not accurate, you are going to be slipping in the ranking, or you could potentially be suspended. So if your phone number is updated, make sure that you update it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your every single place, on your website. It needs to be updated everywhere all at once. If your email changes, if anything changes about your business, you need to keep those things updated. Product listings, like I said earlier, are also now being pulled from the AI answers. And that's really important because if you have a product, you should have it on your Google Business Profile. If you have a service, you should have it listed on your Google Business profile with a link to purchase that product or service. Now, let's move on to talking about what business owners need to fix immediately. So, this is what's going to help you to start ranking a little higher. You need to update your categories and subcategories. This is going to be the first thing that you want to do. Make sure that they're all correct. Use one main category, two subcategories, and completely fill out your service list. We have all kinds of businesses that are listeners to this podcast, so I can't specifically say any particular service. For example, if you're a chiropractor, a membership as a product, and then you can list the service, which is spinal adjustment, x-rays, whatever else you do, you can list those as services under the correct category. So if you have three different categories of your business, a lot of chiropractors might sell supplements. So those supplements should be listed as products, but then also there's going to be a supplement category in your listing, and that's where those services will go. You want to add at least 5 fresh photos every month. It can be of the interior, the exterior, your products, your employees, if they consent to that. If you have release forms for your clients to fill out and they consent to having their photo, that's great. You don't have to go to those great lengths, but just take pictures of your products and your services and things like that as they're happening. Get your staff in the habit of taking pictures, videos, anything they can do that might help. If you're posting on social media, this is going to be a little bit easier for you because you can just repurpose those right into Google Business Profile. This is my favorite one because this is the ones I always talk about the most, responding to your reviews. So go into your Google Business Profile, look at your reviews, respond to any that you haven't responded to, and just make sure that you're using the keywords of like location, products, services, those kind of things. That's going to help you a lot. Add your product and service attributes. The next thing you're going to want to do is check your NAP consistency. So it needs to be the same everywhere. If any one thing has changed about your business, you need to make sure that you have a list. And I always recommend that you have a spreadsheet or something of all of the listings that you have, as well as the email associated with it and the login and all of that stuff in one place. So any member of your team can go and do this without you having to help them. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to check your service areas. You're going to check and make sure that you have a zip code or something in all 20 of the slots that you have. I always recommend that you research where your top clients live or your customers and go ahead and just use those top 20 zip codes from your customer list or your CRM and put those in because that's just going to expand your reach within that area. However, if there are new areas that you don't currently rank in, you can also reach out into those areas as well. So that's up to you. Let's talk about a recent example and a mini case study of this. So we had a business that we worked with recently, and they dropped out of the map pack due to outdated categories. So we went in and we said, okay, this is not the right category for you. Change it to the proper categories. We added then 2 new categories that they were not in. And we also added 12 different services. And this helped them to jump back up to the top 3 in just a couple weeks. So that is amazing. Review responses also improved the click-through rate by about 14%. And what happens there is if you Google anything right now, you're going to be able to see a little bit of words that are coming from reviews in your search term. If you go search for a hairstylist right now and you say best hair color stylist in whatever your city is, that is going to allow you to pick up those keywords. So it's going to say best and then hair color and all of those things are going to be in the reviews that it shows you. And that is really important because that's where Google is pulling things from. So if you're not using those reviews to your advantage, you're definitely losing out. We also increased the number of photos that was put on, and we told them you have to start posting regularly. I also would like you to post updates and things like that, but that's what we started doing for this business. And we were able to get them, like I said, back into the top 3 within a couple weeks. So really important. When Google rolls out all of these changes, this is a lot of changes and a lot of things. I always run a local Falcon scan. And what that does is it allows us to see exactly where this business is ranking currently. And then it's also going to let us see where we need to work. So I'm going to pull up a scan for you to see. All right. I am going to share my screen with you. Here we have a local Falcon map, and this is going to tell us where this business is ranking in each of these areas for their specific term. So it looks like in this case, the most important ranking is going to be right here because this is where the population is in this area. So we want to make sure that's where they're going to be ranking. If you want a tool like this, it's an extremely helpful thing to be able to track your own progress as you go through this process. We like to start with a baseline. So we'll do this first. And then in about 30 days after we do an optimization, we'll go ahead and check and see what progress we've made. And I've seen some great progress lately. So all of these things that we're doing is leading us in the right direction. The other thing that I do is I use a tool called SEO Crawl, and that helps to track which pages and keywords have moved after all of these items have been implemented on your Google business profile. So that really helps you to track your keywords and see what's going on and track rankings. I'm going to give you a quick action list of the things that we already went over. So the first thing you're going to do is update your categories, update your services, add new photos, respond to reviews, add your products, and then check your NAP consistency. So your name, address, and phone number across all platforms. And then you're going to want to run a local Falcon scan if you have access to that tool. If you want my 5-minute Google Business Profile audit checklist, I'm going to put the link in the show notes for you. And then if you want me to audit yours personally, you can book a marketing hygiene quick fix, and that will be also in the show notes. So you can have that link. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to share this knowledge with you. I love Google Business Profile, and it's been a while since I've talked about it. So I'm happy that you are here listening. I would love to hear your results after you implement this and see where you're at. If you want to email me, you can do so at amanda@tdm-marketing.com. Thank you and have a great week.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Marketing Hygiene Podcast. It's been a pleasure helping you tidy up your marketing strategies with insights that not only aim for success, but also for significance. If you found value in our conversation today, I'd love for you to visit our website at marketinghygiene.expert. Dive deeper into our world of clean, effective marketing practices that can truly transform your business. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast player. Your feedback not only helps us to improve, but also helps others find us so they can benefit just as you have. Want to learn more about our services and how we can help you maintain pristine marketing hygiene? Visit us at tdm-marketing.com to get started. Until next time, keep your marketing clean and your purpose clear. Goodbye for now.